By now, you're probably familiar with the World Health Organization's set of basic protective measures to combat COVID-19. In a nutshell, wash your hands super well and often. Keep at least 3 feet of distance to people who sneeze or cough. Avoid touching your face in case your hands are contaminated. Use a tissue or elbow if you need to sneeze or cough. Oh, and please seek medical care should the need arise. And keep up to the latest news about the coronavirus situation in your area. Your own health and that of others will thank you. Do you think all of that is a bit overkill? Well, it's not.
This is a really serious problem that we have to take seriously.
Time reported on March 11, 2020, that new tests developed by the U.S. government and an assortment of scientists have discovered that the coronavirus is one very resilient pathogen. The new tests were funded by the U.S. government and the National Science Foundation and conducted by researchers from Princeton University, the National Institutes of Health, and the University of California, Los Angeles. This supergroup of scientists have discovered that the airborne coronavirus can survive in the air for several hours. This might mean that even if you manage to dodge someone who's coughing or sneezing like the WHO told you to, there's still a chance that you'll end up walking through a mist of droplets containing perfectly viable coronavirus up to 3 hours later. The new testing method and its findings were only released on March 11th, so they have not been peer-reviewed yet. Still, according to microbiology professor Julie Fisher of Georgetown University, it's a solid piece of work that answers questions people have been asking and shows the value and importance of the hygiene advice that public health officials have been stressing. So it's probably a good idea to keep those hands away from your face after all. There's no telling what they might have picked up, especially since the same tests found out that the coronavirus can survive a frankly worrying amount of time on many surfaces. While the coronavirus could live in the air for a worrying amount of time, it's not exactly going to give up and skulk away when its impressive airtime is over. Surfaces, it turns out, are prime stalking ground for COVID-19, and as such, the lifespan of an active virus isn't just hours. On certain surfaces, it could last days. Let's say that someone with coronavirus coughs without covering their mouth, and what we're going to politely call viable virus lands on cardboard, maybe a box on its way to someone. That virus will set up shop on that particular material for up to 24 hours. It's even worse with hard materials like stainless steel and plastic. According to the study, the coronavirus can survive, quote, up to 2 to 3 days on such surfaces. There are some substances like copper that are notoriously antimicrobial. In fact, copper's so good at killing assorted coronavirus strains that the University of Southampton pointed out in 2015 that due to the metal's ability to kill coronavirus strains like SARS and MERS quite rapidly, it could potentially be used to combat the spread of a coronavirus. However, while it's certainly true that copper and coronavirus aren't a match made in heaven, it's still not a good idea to go around touching all available copper surfaces. While COVID-19 does indeed perish relatively quickly on copper, the new study found out that viable virus can still hang around on copper surfaces for up to 4 hours. That's a lot of time to put your hand on a copper railing and absent-mindedly brush your face with your hand. So what can we do, seeing as even the supposedly excellent coronavirus killers like copper can carry the virus for hours? Well, as Professor Julie Fisher puts it, we should basically listen to the basic hygiene instructions public officials have been giving us and recognize that they're not just for show. As she said, what we need to be doing is washing our hands, being aware that people who are infected may be contaminating surfaces, and keeping hands away from the face.